transform knowledge into wisdom. And this is being organized by the team Positive Health Healers. And our resource person for today is none other than our Shweta Bajaj. She's a founder and director of Positive Health Healers, certified nutritionist, a fitness trainer, digital skills trainer, certified NLP, life coach, and a counselor. Over to you, Shweta. With that small introduction, I would like to hand over the session to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Anita
so much.
ma'am. And thank you everyone for taking your time and coming here to learn something. So let's learn how we can, implement and transform our knowledge into wisdom. So I'm just sharing my screen and let me know like screen is visible or not. Okay. Yes, Anita ma'am.
Yeah, it's visible, Shweta. You can go ahead.
Okay, great. So good evening everyone. So today's topic is transform knowledge into wisdom. It's a kind of topic which everyone it's a need of the hour because we are living into the information world. Information knowledge we can get from everywhere, anywhere. It is available free of cost. And but how we can use it, how we can implement it, how we can transform it into wisdom, that is the big question. Because what we do, we pour our mind, we pour our with knowledge, but we are not using it, we are not implementing it. We are just getting it, okay mujhe aa gaya, yes I understand it, yes, but we are not using it, we are not implementing in our practical life, we are not becoming imbibing that. So today I'm going to share some of the tools and some of the techniques which I have learned, which we can use to imbibe, which you can use to implement and make practical use of knowledge. And it is not about the bookish knowledge or books we read or but every kind of knowledge, every kind of data and information which we are putting into our brains, in hardware, and how we can implement it, how we can creatively use it. So we all know like someone who has high knowledge but does not come across as wise. Knowledge is a bundle of data and our information stored in the mind. So today's topic is transform knowledge into wisdom, and that what I am going to share with you today. So okay. Now, knowledge is a bundle of data or information stored in the mind, right? Our intellect then goes through the knowledge base and uses only the useful information. Like if you know something about psychology, if you know how your brain or mind work in layman language, you know that the data information which go through our five senses, it distort somewhere, it delete, generalize, and only that kind of information which is useful for us, we use that. We relate it with our life. Now, to apply every bit of information which is useful in our every situation, that what is the need of the hour. Knowledge is about accumulating facts and information, right? While wisdom is about using judgment in applying that knowledge in life situation. If any life situation come, how to use that knowledge. So this means knowledge is a gift that comes to us with big responsibility of churning on it, and applying it in life, and converting it into wisdom. So, wisdom shows us how to think and how to live right. Now, one question for you guys, like, like this is the topic, this is a not new topic, but what you think, what you understand by transform knowledge into wisdom. You can type in chat box or you can unmute yourself. What are your point of view? Is it important, or is it so? Then how and what you do? You can share one, in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself.
Shweta, according to me, I think that whatever knowledge you have to use it when you just acquire all that knowledge, you have to use it in a constructive way. And it has to be beneficial to yourself and to the society.
Absolutely, yes.
right?
So
So
true.
that is something which is related to wisdom. That is what I could think of. So that is my idea.
Thank you so much, Anita ma'am. Yes, Jyoti ma'am says, yes, it is very important. It is sharing your knowledge for uplifting others. Okay, some point. Yes, yes, everyone, you can share your points. What you think, like how to reach our full potential, to optimize our brain and mind and transform Dharmendra sir, Bhuana ji, everyone who is present here.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, rather. Sorry.
Yeah.
Say information, and we talk about the information, we talk about the knowledge, and we talk about the wisdom. Okay, I'll put a very simple example that all three are important. Why book is gives the information that this is a gun. Okay, then how to operate that? That is the knowledge you are gaining. Okay, but when to operate it is on whom to operate it. That is the wisdom actually. So we have to have a blend of information, knowledge, and wisdom. Unless and until, because I have a gun, but where to use, I am not wise enough. So instead of defending, I maybe become an attacker also. Okay,
Hmm.
so it depends that where to use that the information and knowledge. That is the wisdom, and I think a person who is blended well with all these three elements is, I feel, is a super master type, and everybody should have that that blend. I believe in the life.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely, so true, and a full essence, sir spoken. Like yes, absolutely, the transformation of and using it in right direction is very important. So let's move on to the next slide. And as you can see on the screen, a diagram. How many of you already seen this diagram? पहले देख रखा है? Like how many of you already seen this diagram? The intersection between. Oh, Fiona, yes, great. So mindset, methods, motivation. So you can share if any one of you already seen. Like this diagram is a very innovative diagram. When I come across this diagram by Jim Quick, you know, and I understand it is a very deep and the intersection, as you can see on the screen, mindset and methods intersection is ideation, mindset and motivation intersection is inspiration, and methods and motivation intersection is implementation. Now, in the deep level, these three factors which affect, if mindset, what is mindset? Our core deep beliefs, motivation, why, our why factor, method is how factor. We go into detail in the next slides, and we also know how we can use this formula, this technique to unleash our potential and transform that knowledge into wisdom. So let's move to next slide. So yes, I wonder how where to start. So if you have any negative or limited self-talk, okay, sometimes we have our limiting beliefs, then mindset is the part which we have to start with. If you struggle to take action, then motivation, you have to work on your motivation. And if you are a student or a learner who wants to learn fast, so methods, tools that will help. Now, first come mindset. So, generally, mindset, why we are talking about mindset here is because we are getting knowledge. We are pouring our, information, data. But if we do not have growth mindset, we have fixed mindset, our beliefs, attitudes, assumptions, which are deeply held, we create about who we are, how the world looks, and what we are capable of, and what we deserve, what is possible. So this analogy, this which we have to understand first. There is a one example which is of baby elephant. Most of you have already heard of, like janjeer. Baby elephant is tied with a stake, wood, and when elephant grows, he or she knows, to he can pull the stake, but eventually stop trying because the mindset, the limiting mindset are like that stake. So we have to unlimit our mindset. So we talk about some things. like types of genius, with what kinds of genius are there, overcoming limiting beliefs, and 7 lies of learning. Now, if you can see on the screen a wonderful concept, types of genius. In school, we learn that smart people get good grades. You know, if we are very smart enough, then only we get good grades. It is not true, though it is true in some aspect, but not properly. The problem is people are smart in different ways, and school does not measure all the ways. So we have to understand genius. There are different kinds of genius and their ability to perceive. Not book, book pouring and putting into the exams. That kind of not genius. Book smart perspective. No, rather than that, the types of genius, as you can see on the screen: dynamo, blaze, tempo, and steel. Now, some people have creativity level, amazing creativity and ideas. They can convert it into pictures, like Shakespeare. Blaze. Blaze is like extraordinary ability to connect with people. Some have connection, connection, very good, easily connect with people. They have also an extraordinary talent. Tempo genius, they have ability to see the big picture and stay on course toward the grand vision. So, like, they can see the big picture. They have the leaders kind of like Nelson Mandela. And steel genius, they are great at details, minute details. They pick up that. So, like, surgery, like, which kind of genius you are? You can put in type. You can type in chat box, or if you are using viewing in YouTube, then you can type in comment section. But you, which kind of genius you relate with? We can relate with any kind of genius, but because I relate, if about me, if I say I can relate with dynamo and blaze, mix ho jata hai. But yes, all kinds of genius we have inside us, little percentage wise I can say. Now we have to overcome first our limiting beliefs, then only we can implement any knowledge into the right direction. So, if we have any kind of limiting beliefs, first we have to, there are some steps. First step is name your limiting belief. For example, you might think you are not good company, to others, that you are not interesting, people not like you like that. So, you can name it, I am not enjoyable to be around belief. It is a belief, it is not a fact. Then, step second is to get to the facts. The key here is to not focus on how you felt but what actually happened, है ना? So हो सकता है, like it might happen you are not good at speaking, someone says you are boring, or did anyone tell you to go to away, not come here? So then ask yourself, how much of my perceived poor performance was because of my self talk? Sometimes we ourselves, we have our self talk, so we have to work on that. And then step 3 is to create a new belief. These are limiting beliefs. Your limiting belief probably used word like always happen like this, always happens to me, why, like, or never, I can never do it like this. So we have to understand these kinds of beliefs, we have to change and make accurate new belief. So these are the things, like, I may not be the most charismatic person, I do not understand this knowledge. If I learn this knowledge, if I understand it, how I can present it? So this social conversation is another part, and the conversation with ourselves is another part. The next is, which I want to share with you, is 7 lies of learning. Lie one is intelligence is fixed. What do you think? Like, it is true or not? Intelligence, जो हमारी intelligence होती है, like intelligence is fixed. You can say yes or no. Why for yes and for no. You can type in checkbox. Okay, Jyoti ma'am says no. Yes. Yes. What you think, like, guys? You can type in the chat box. And Tamam says no. Okay. Question.
Shweta, to some extent, it has genetic factors.
Ha,
You
that.
have some genetic factors associated with intelligence
Hmm.
and your abilities.
Hmm.
But again, when you have a better exposure, when children have a better exposure and better educational opportunities, I think they're going to flourish, and with the support of parents. So they're going to, and when you think of neuroplasticity, when you think about the concept of plasticity and rewiring the brain, no, the neural network of the brain, it sounds very positive. And then you always can go with a positive idea that intelligence can also improve over a period of time,
Yes,
with
wonderful.
better exposure and educational opportunities.
Yes, wonderful answer. Yes, everyone, you can type Y for yes and N for no. And yes, neuroplasticity, it's very wonderful concept. So you can type what you think about this limiting belief. No limiting idea, like intelligence is fixed. So the new belief is my intelligence can grow if I believe it can grow. And then I put in the work to grow it. Okay, because as mentioned, we intelligence, because some case studies shown, like we can grow our intelligence if we believe we can grow, and then we work on it to grow it, you know. And second belief, we only use 10% of our brains. Now you can type in chat box, it is limited belief or not, what you think? Y for yes and for no. हम अपना सिर्फ 10% यूज करते हैं, वी ओनली यूज 10% ऑफ अवर ब्रेन्स, व्हाट यू थिंक? ओके, यस, नो, ओके, यस, ओके, यस, नो, मिक्स मिक्स आ रहा है, यस इट्स फ्लेक्सिबल. Okay, wonderful. Yes, so absolutely, like it depends. We have to use. I am learning to use my whole brain in the best way possible. That is the agenda. Na? That is the new belief. Why to come into 10% or like that? Now, same lie three is mistakes are failures. अगर गलती कर दी, that mistakes are failures. What do you think? It is true? Y for yes के लिए Y, and for no you can type N or something. Mistakes are
See,
failure.
when you make mistakes, you learn better, Shweta. That is a new concept, that should not push you down. Okay,
Hmm.
a failure should not push you down. It should be a stepping stone for improvement. Say if you fail again also many times, I think that you should take that as a positive way of as a stepping stone to achieve greater success, no.
Yes, absolutely. That is a new belief. Mistakes are signs that you are trying something new, and they are opportunities to learn. So there is no such thing as failure, only failure to learn. So very wonderful. Thank you, Anita ma'am. And yes, next lie is knowledge is power. This is a wonderful part. So you can type Y for yes and N for no. Knowledge is power. What do you think? Yes, okay. You can type in chat box. Knowledge is power. Most of yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Huh. Wonderful. You can type in chat box. It's used properly. Uh-huh. Wonderful. So yes, absolutely. Knowledge has to be acted on. Focused implementation, that is very important. Knowledge combined with actions equal to power. That is the right sentence. And next lie is learning new things is very difficult. So what do you think? Yes or no? Learning new things, it is difficult or easy? You can type in chat box. Learning new things is easy or difficult? Okay, easy. It is fun. Good. Yes. Yes, when you learn how to learn, है ना, अगर हमें पता हो, we know what to learn, why to learn. Yes, when we learn how to learn, then the challenge of learning new things can be fun, easier, and enjoyable. Absolutely. And next is the criticism of other people matters. Who? What you think about it? The criticism of other. Yes, try and give in your best. Very wonderful point. Yes. criticism of other people matters. कोई no, anyone is saying you are good, they respect you, they love you, or they do not love you, so it matters or no? What do you think?
Shweta, according to me, whatever criticism, it depends on the situation. It should not be to offend you. It should just be for you to improve your performance and make it better. The if the intention is to offend others, I think that criticism is not acceptable.
Absolutely. It's not other people's job to like, love, or respect me. That's my job. That is wonderful point, which we have to understand. And next, last seven line. So genius is born. जैसे कहा जाता है ना कि पैदा ही जीनियस हुए थे. Genius is born. True or मतलब false? What do you think? It's a lie.
No, yeah, they are made actually. Earlier it was saying that genius are born, but nowadays with a lot of training and invasion of the experts coming into the picture,
हाँ.
we can make the person genius. It is not that I have born with my small LKG, UKG mind, I cannot become a doctor or I cannot become a psychologist. Otherwise, अगर born genius होते वो नेता लोग बोलते हैं actually कि ये born नेता है जो lecture देते हैं. But genius those who are working in a corporate field or those who are really incarnating the leadership qualities, those are actually जैसे घड़ते हैं ना, आपको मालूम है एक
Yes.
जो कुम्हार होता है वो मटके को घड़ता है, उसको शेप देता है. वो तो those kind of elements are required. How much water is required, how much उसको किस तरह का शेप देना है, कितनी देर उसको. So our faculties जो है, हमारे गुरु लोग जो है, वो हमारे में वो मटका देखते हैं. And according to that, they start putting us, giving sometime, they tap also जोर से कि बराबर बना है कि नहीं बना. So all those required, and that makes a good, leader, you can say, or
Yes.
genius. Thank you.
Absolutely. So true. Genius is not born. Yes.
I want to say something. Actually, they are not born genius. Actually,
Voice is little low.
आपका मैडम आवाज ही नहीं आ रहा है.
can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, little.
Yeah. So I was saying that everybody is not born genius. Okay. There's one quote, which is said by our Buck Minister Fuller. He has said that everyone is born genius, but the process of living de-geniuses them.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I mean to say in that, like, you can't become like if you want to learn something new. Okay. So you can't be automatically genius in that. You have to learn and practice it daily. Then only you become genius in it. That's it.
Yes, absolutely. Deep practice is very, very important. It is made through deep practice. Now, next slide is motivation. So I do it fast, but if not now, then when? So the purpose one has for taking action, the energy required for someone to behave in a particular way, that is motivation. It is very easy because अगर हम एक भी post पढ़ते हैं ना, when we read a positive message, we get instant motivation and spark as I can do it. But it is, we have to sustain it. So there are different lies. Like first is motivation is fixed. It is not true. You can increase your motivation. Then the second lie is you have to enjoy something to be motivated to do it. है ना? You have to enjoy something. नहीं, but ऐसा कोई जरूरी नहीं है. You simply need to have a strong enough reason to do something. That is very important. And third lie is motivation is something I either have or don't have. But it is not true. Motivations can be created. So next, which you can see on the screen, a wonderful formula, and it's yes, Jyoti ma'am. Everyone is a genius in some or other way, absolutely. And the formula for motivation, a written transcript, a very wonderful formula, purpose, energy, and small simple steps. Of if we have this clear, then the motivation we can get it. We need a clear purpose that we know why we need to act, and then we need sufficient energy to take action and simple steps which we can do, because if we do not do some small steps, we become paralyzed, we become overthinker. So overwhelmed. So that is very very important to take small simple steps, little steps. So what are you do, which apya I, you come to learn how to transform knowledge into wisdom, to implement it properly, to and have, so there is back end some purpose, not for a vision is there, then energy we have to apply, then small simple steps. Now what we have to do is we have to put one simple step. If you want to make a video, just after this session you have to shoot it, you have to make it. If you want to write exam, you have to read something. After this session you have to read 5 lines of one page. So that is a small simple steps you have to do, na? And next is purpose, a wonderful line which I really really admire. The meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of life is to give it away, by Pablo Picasso. And we have to have clear our purpose, wake up with a clear purpose. If we our purpose and passion is clear, we important not to confuse between these purpose and passion. So finding your passion is like finding a true love, but other hand purpose is about using your passion to serve other people. That is purpose. So we have to important steps, we have to understand our values, our purpose, to align that values and with the purpose. Next is energy. Now, after having a clear purpose for doing something, we have to do we have to have energy. You know? So if I ask you for energy, what do we require generally? Like one or two I will ask, like diet हो सकता है ना, exercise, then peer group, sleep, clean environment. So what do you think? Diet is important? Diet affect our mind, diet affect our performance or not? Diet. What do you think? Is there a direct connection between good diet and the brain? Yes, exercise, very, very important. Yes, there is a direct connection between good diet and healthy brain. So we have to understand which healthy, and different colors of fruits and vegetables have different benefits. So there is a deep concept. I'm not going, but yes, that is very important. Next, exercise, as sir mentioned, exercise, regular exercise is important to protect memory and thinking skills. It is proven. So 10 minutes of aerobic exercise a day can have larger benefits. Then if I ask you peer group, is it important? Like peer group, it means the surrounding people. What do you think? There is a line, you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with, by Jim Rohn. So is it true? What do you think? Yes, 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 absolutely. I mentioned surroundings. Yes, yes, absolutely. Great surroundings. Yeah, there are two kinds of things. One is surroundings में like clean environment and then peer group. ना एक तो people हो गया, एक environment हो गया. The environment. The environment is also very important. So whenever you are studying or whenever you are, it should be clutter free, distraction free. And then comes sleep. So what do you think about sleep? Sleep is important or chalega? What do you think? Like if someone sleep at 1 p.m., so it is, what do you think? Yes, surrounding, environment, people, infrastructure. Very true. Very important. Yes. So that is the thing. And why I am discussing this, why I'm not good get, because it is important to understand these all parameters. Now, small simple steps we have to take. So and one thing which I think, do not keep any task uncompleted. अगर आपने कुछ उठाया है, if you pick anything to complete it. Incomplete tasks create tension at the front of our minds until the task is completed. So we have to understand that. So for example, if you are in the middle of watering your garden, so you have to water it and then do other tasks. That is very important. And as you can see on the screen, there is emotional EQ, that is very important, self awareness, and awareness about social awareness. And these things is very important. I'm not going into the depth. And flow state. Now, flow states have different stages. We have to first concentrate. If you are getting any knowledge, if you're using social media and you get any posts, for first just start and trying to concentrate and relate with it. And a second step, relax, and then pull together everything and flow state. Relate where you can use it, and for that we have to eliminate distractions, give yourself time, do something you love, and have clear goals. Now if we talk about methods, so there are different methods. First is focus. For this there is a method, 478 breathing method. I hope आपने किया भी होगा, like you have already done. 478 breathing method, in which we have to inhale for 4 times, hold for 7 times, and exhale for 8 times. 478 breathing methods. And second method is go do something that's been stressing you out, uncompleted task. So go and do that. And third method is schedule time for distractions, like checking your phone, checking your emails, so you can focus in that way. Next is making notes. How many of you make notes? Yes, how many of you make notes? You can raise a hand, or you can write in chat box, unmute. Anything you learn, if you like, you make notes or you save in the drive.
I do always. It's my practice always. Whenever anything comes into mind, also,
Yeah.
sometime, even in the brisk time, also early morning or in the evening, also suddenly comes immediately. I note it while yes interacting. I keep on noting because we should not miss out any important point.
Yes, and that is very very important, because if we do not note, then it become vanish out. Some layers हो जाती हैं, layers by layers, more thoughts and ideas we have to put it up. So here is a technique which we can use for making notes, which is as you can see on the screen. You know, first is to focus on active recall rather than passive recognition. So we have to look at your notes. When you see at your notes, seeing how much you recognize usi time ही, at that instant you have to understand, okay, that is the knowledge that what I have written. Second uh, is to do spaced repetition. Okay, spaced repetition is when you make notes, you can space repetition instead of cramming. For exams, it is a very good technique. Morning, review once in morning and again before dinner. So in this way, we have to repeat that notes. It instantly it recalls in our brain mind. Third is to get focused and enthusiastic mental state. And when we write and we like something, then we have to write it in a new creative way. And there are different ways. You can use music, you can use aromatherapy, a very good environment. But a wonderful effective way, which is on the screen you are seeing, is clear why you are taking notes. Second, use your own words. Do not use the author word or the speaker word which you have heard. Use your own words. And third is capture and create notes. And when you are capturing, like, create your own notes, answering questions like, how can I use this? The speaker is saying this, how can I use this? Why must it use this? Why must it use this? And when will I use this? So how, why, and when. So this is very important. As you can see on the screen, there is a left hand side and right hand side, two sides. So in left hand side, it's the leadership traits, but right hand side is relevance for me, how I can use it. And you can use acronym for learning purpose. Acronym is very in school days also we have done. So that is very important. Some of the tools which you can write it down if you have your pen or diary. which is very important. First is MOM, MOM, which is motivation observation method. Then second is linking words to images, visualization. Visualization is a very good technique to have a good memory. Then third is linking new information to old information, association. Then fourth is add emotion, and fifth is creating a story. So first, MOM, I'm not getting into the deep, but yes, motivation, observation, and method. Motivation is simply a strong purpose, then observe it, and a method. Methods are tactics, paragraphs. According to you, you make your notes. Then visualization. I generally what I do is I make some drawings, image which can relate with that. So visualize things. It is Visualization is a very wonderful tool. Wonderful, very very if wonderful. We have to work on it. And then association with the previous memory. And most of the coaches and consultants, for fast reading, speed reading, the creating a story, it is very very, making a story which is very very likable, easy, interesting, which have characters. So that kind of story which we create, that हमेशा हमारे माइंड में रहती है, always remain in our mind. We memorize it very easily. So, and then is Loki method, a wonderful method which is different parts, of we can create a story with the different parts of house, and in one story we can we can memorize every book. Some people do that. This is memory techniques which we can learn. Then there is a speed reading. When you read or when you learn something, how we can use it by reading it properly, reading correctly. If some people says when we read fast, we miss the comprehension, we miss the vocabulary, but it is not true. So, and what we can do, we can use our finger. Sometimes we say our students not to use your finger or pen on the page, but using a finger or pen as a tracker on the page so you do not get lost while reading. So this is very very important. So we have to learn how to read. Thinking, there are some tools which we are going to learn about thinking. There is a quote by Albert Einstein: we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. So there are different tools which you can see, you can write it down. First is 6 thinking hats. Thinking hats here is white, yellow, as you can see on the screen. White, yellow, black, red, green, blue, like different are there. So for white hat, first information gathering mode. If you get any information, this is white hat. Second hat is yellow hat. Argue positive and pros. Black hat is for negative and cons. Then red hat, analyze emotions at play. What emotions are coming by using that information. Then green hat is brainstorm solutions. How this can be used, that's how this can be implicable. And then blue hat is a management mode, where I can use it, proper direction. Then there are different techniques like 8 intelligence. So where we use, there are different kinds of people. For example, if I ask you how you basically like, what kind of you basically like, visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. Visual is basically viewing images. You like seeing charts, images, or you like listening books, or you can type in chat box V, A, or K. What do you think? You prefer to learn through listening, you prepare to learn through pictures, or you prefer to learn through physical interactions, like hands-on approaches. So what do you think? You can type in chat box all three. Okay. Yes, but there is one which is our power. which is very very more frequently we use. Like for example, visual, auditory. I generally use a auditory, listening books or reading books with the pictures and auditory. Yes. So yes, most of the time all are there, but one is overpower, interactive. Yes. Kinesthetic. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful answers. Yes, it is very important to know it, because knowing your dominant learning style will help you learn faster. That is very very important, and you can think more creatively. There are different worksheets, tools which we can use to make learning, reading very easy for every student, every person, every age. And there is a 40-70 rule, in which don't make a decision with less than 40% of information available, but don't wait until more than 70%. you know so we that is 40-70 rule. So as you can see on the screen, these are the different ways. I can share. I will share if anyone is looking in the detailed concepts, because due to time I am not going into deep. So here you can see a video. So meditation is a wonderful tool which help you every morning. If we do meditation for 15 minutes and study any good positive thoughts or spiritual knowledge for 15 minutes, your mind thinks right and perceives every situation clearly. Sometimes we think I am not going to make decision. The decisive power, that basically logic, reasoning power diminish due to the overload of the information. Nowadays students are not able to make decision, are not able to reason properly. Why? Because the clarity, the mental clarity is not there. The strings are getting attached, but they are not able to connect the dots. So we have to understand, for this is a tool which you can use. 1 minute meditation, 1 minute, there are 1 minute meditation also. So if it is able, I'm able to play it. Okay, I will play for you. Now there is also another which we can do, meditation before sleep. That is also very important. If now before going to bed you can do it, and we do this activity together. uh, before I want to make you understand one concept, which is power to discern. Now I want to ask you friends, what do you think? You are able to take decision very easily? You can say yes or no. What do you think? The power to discern is the ability to give correct value to thoughts. Like yes, instantly you are able, clear, with a clear vision and a calm, positive mind. You can reflect. So are you able to do that? This is the power to discriminate what is right, what is wrong, based on inner wisdom. You know, don't use acquired no information. Sometimes what we do is we acquire information from people's opinion or belief system created by society. So we ask, you take decision for me. So that kind of scenario is there, or you are able to do. Like I'm saying, lots of no, depends on situation. Yes, situation. So yes, it is very important. So ask the question, silence your mind, and wait your intellect to give your answers. Your thinking power, intellect to give your inner wisdom. More you use that, more it will increase. If you do not use your intellect, then you take decisions on the other perspective, other, and ask others to take decision. More less you use, then it will it will not work properly after some time. The next is process of seeking and obtaining vision wisdom. The process of seeking and obtaining wisdom is a lifelong effort. When I ask you, you are getting this knowledge. Now also you are getting some knowledge. And yes, it's take time to take decision. Sometimes happen. Now, if I ask you, you are getting information on YouTube, Google. So In how many time, what you think you can acquire all information in you to yourself? Like what you think you can, we are able to acquire all the information which is present in the world now, nowadays? Yes or no? You can unmute yourself. क्या लगता है? Like there are loads of information present in the world, right? On different social media platform, online media platforms, offline media platforms. But is it, it is possible, like we can get or we can know?
Actually, we are all over informed with so much knowledge available, wisdom available. Everybody is a knowledge bank nowadays. So it's also very bad on our part to get so much information and lost into the jungle of information. के करना क्या है अभी? Okay.
That is the main point. Yes, absolutely. Yes, everyone, you can share your perspectives. Yes, it's only bucket full of total information. Yes, bucket full of, मतलब थोड़े से ही ले सकते हैं. So you can you can say what you think. We can take out information. We can learn everything. What we have with loads ocean, I can say. बहुत कुछ है. But the process of seeking and obtaining wisdom is lifelong effort. इतना नहीं, मतलब the more you gain it, है ना? So what we have to do is we have to implement it. We pour it and then use it. Change, bring change in ourselves. That bring love, compassion, courage. That kind of qualities in ourselves. So that what we have to work on. Then there is imbibe knowledge. So when you read or listen to any message on any media, ask to yourself, how is it relevant to me? And how I can apply it in our situation, and how I can help others to apply in that situation. So that is the wisdom. Imbibing knowledge, make it your own wisdom. So your truth, the part of your personality, that is very important. That what we have to understand. That is the agenda of today's meeting, like today's learning. Yes, pick what you need. Pick what you need, but also implement it, imbibe it, so that decay, like you have that knowledge. So now we will do some meditation. So with a quick meditation of 1 minute, and then we wrap up. As I mentioned, this one, if and let me know you are able to hear. Like
Positive focus. Taking just a minute.
yes, you are able to hear. I'm just
Yeah, I'm able to hear.
yes, everyone. Okay, so I'm just playing this, and you just sit comfortable at your position. And this is one. This is a type of meditation, which is 1 minute meditation.
I reflect on how I can turn what seems to be negative into something positive. I let go of any negative thoughts, lightening the load in my mind, feeling light inside. I focus my mind on the positive, visualizing the problem, choosing to see it as a challenge, visualizing any mistakes, seeing them as opportunities to learn, tuning my mind into a more positive outlook. My day begins to change.
So as you can see, in this way, in 1 minute, we can just in 1 minute we can have a positive outlook, right? So thank you so much for giving your time. Yes, now over to Anita ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Shweta, for that lovely and wonderful, thoughtful, and meaningful session. Kindly, dear participants, thank you for your active participation, and kindly accept our gratitude on behalf of the team, Positive Health Healers, and Have a wonderful week ahead, and thank you once again. Thank you, Shweta, for that wonderful, meaningful session. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
everyone.
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Shweta. As usual, your very dynamic program in depth knowledge sharing, and I always appreciate whatever we learn at any age. That is a good input for us because knowledge is a abundance knowledge available. But I said that we should pick up only. I have written also that like so many things are available. Okay, in this world universe, everybody is supposed to be a doctorate in his own personality. But what we require actually, that is, otherwise I have seen people going mad also. They unwanted information they keep on collecting, and when the real requirement comes, they do not know which information to use and how to use, and they will juggle all the information, and they lost actually in the jungle. That's the problem.
Yes, absolutely. The overload of
Thank,
information is there, and we have
yeah,
to
yeah. Thank you very
know.
much. It's a wonderful program you have undertaken. So
Thank
nice
you.
of you.
Thank you so much. Yes, friends, you have any questions, you can also ask. We have 1 minute, 1 2 minutes. If you have any,
Shweta, if it's possible, can you share the PPT if it's possible? Okay, it'll be
sure,
very useful. A lot of things, very useful information it was. Okay, we found it really useful and good. Thank you.
sure. Yes. So if I ask you one question, which one method you use? Which one technique you understand today? You can type in chat box, or you can unmute yourself before winding. Yes, Dharmendra ji, sir.
I normally prefer interactive. Whenever I have seen that, whenever knowledge gaining is, we are talking about the knowledge gaining. Best part is right from my childhood, I have seen that interactive sessions are the best to understand everything, to clarify the doubts, to enhance the knowledge. Even, something we always look for some byproducts also. When I interact with you, I get some byproducts also. If I read book, I get only the limited knowledge.
Yes.
Byproducts are not available there. But when we interact sometime, and group interaction, why I always prefer that, some question may not be in my mind, but like, Jyoti madam has got some question, she may ask, so my sleeping mind is also awakening, yes sir, ye to mujhe puchna tha. But so that kind of positive feedback is always there when we interact in the group. And
Yes.
clarity, yes, whenever I have any doubt, immediately I can talk to you. अरे हमको समझ में नहीं आया, how to go about it, why you are talking like this. So it gives me more clarity, because
Yes.
I always tell that, always clarification चाहिए उतना ले लीजिए आप लोग. Okay, doubts अगर आप रहेंगे, that is not a knowledge. When you talk about that I am in the doubt, वो knowledge नहीं है. Okay, you are just dumping yourself with so much information. दो आपके पास आती रहती है, बट आप उसको क्लैरिटी नहीं है उसके बारे में, तो आप क्या करेंगे उसको.
So true. And yahi baat hai, like it is its truth. Like today we have learned so many techniques. This is also a knowledge. Now, how you implement it? I can also share with you the slides. Okay, no worries. But you have to pick one method and implement with yourself. That is very important. That what I that is, yes, as Nathan ma'am mentioned, activity based visualization and interactive. Use these techniques. These your techniques, right? So thank you so much everyone for joining, and have a great day ahead. So next on Thursday we have another session. So we meet on next Thursday. Thank you. And on next
Bye bye.
Thursday there is an expert speaker. I just contacted, and he's a corporate trainer and coach. So make sure you do not miss that session. It will be very wonderful. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you and bye, Shweta. Bye.
Thank you.